Hello everyone. In the last video, I was debating on whether or not to start episode 3 or work on a different project, and after much consideration, I finally made my mind and I've decided to work on a new project. I know that lots of people would probably find it odd that I want to work on a different project for a bit, but to be honest, the two episodes I released, I really did enjoy them, but um, let's just say I find some of the things unbearably ugly for my liking, and I decided that while I work on this project, it will give me more time to improve on my skills as an artist, specifically with drawing humans, since this one has a lot less of that. I decided it might be good. But before we get into that, I decided I wanted to start a new tradition on these art journals. This is very much based off of Stampy. So, and now I do not have a garden like Stampy, but I do have a whiteboard. So, I'm pleased to announce that the first person to be written on my lovely whiteboard is. Oh, that's right. I forgot it's inverted. Hmm. Okay, take two. My snow. Or is it May May? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but do not think I've not noticed your comments over the past year and your likes on Instagram, because I have. And I've decided that you would be the first one on this board, and I even went through the efforts of writing it backwards. So, how very special. I think they came across me through the Little Planet subreddit when I used to post on there. If that's the case, they have definitely seen my work improve, or at least I hope so. But yes. So, what is this new project that I decided to put Binding Chains on hold for? Well, you guys are gonna have to hear me out for a bit. You see, a while ago, I got this idea of doing a adaptation of an old storybook classic, but it was initially going to be told with humans. It was going to be a romance story, but I decided to put that on the back burner till some personal events came to mind, and I immediately knew what I wanted to write for this project. And that story is The Giving Tree. Yeah, I wanted to do a adaptation of The Giving Tree, but as a romance. But I didn't like how the story was coming across, so I just scrapped it. And then, because of some life circumstances, I decided to pick the project back up again. But instead of a romance, I decided just to do an adaptation. And to be honest, it all just kind of fit naturally. I knew for a fact I wanted it to be a stop motion type of video, much like some of the scenes in Blinding Chains. I decided to settle with stop motion, and I also wanted to incorporate some paper characters. So here's one that I have. Something like this is what I want because I really enjoyed how it looked in episode 2 of Binding Chains, the opening act. I really liked how that looked, so I decided I wanted to focus on that with the stop motion. And I've been. I need to find a way to articulate them, but hopefully that will be simple. Probably won't, but one can hope. To be honest, I kind of revived this project around March, so it gave me a lot of time to work on it. But uh, but I actually have its original prototype puppet. So he was made from watercolor paper, which I don't want to use because watercolor paper is very expensive. I might have to though, because basic printed paper is too flimsy. I'll see what I can come up with, but oh well. Probably the most ambitious part besides the stop motion animation is probably going to be the first one that has full on voice acting, because up until this point all my projects have had very minimal voice acting, if at all none. So definitely want this to be the first one, and most likely it's gonna have to be me voice acting, which oh well. Also, keep in mind that this is going to be an adaptation and not a one-to-one retelling, because I do have this one idea in mind that I really like, and I think that it's going to be a neat addition to the story. I did initially thought about the idea of kind of putting it more into the boy's perspective, but I realized the author probably wouldn't like that, to be honest. I think he kind of left the boy purposely ambiguous. So I think I wanted to emphasize a bit more on the impact the boy has. Oop, I'm getting a bit too much. I'm giving a bit too much away, so I'm gonna refrain from further speaking. This is definitely going to be the first time working on this type of adaptation, because up until this point, all my works have been pretty much all original. So adapting something is a bit more different. But I hope you enjoyed this little rambling of me just talking about my next project. Um, Probably will be seeing a few test animations here and there on my Instagram. And if you haven't, I'll probably just post them in this video. But yeah, definitely look forward to that. Binding Chains is on hiatus, but not fully off of the development table. It's being more worked on in the background while I work on this. And yeah, like and subscribe, and goodbye.